Hey, what's going on, missioners? Um, so what I learned, the number one thing I've learned about people in my 20s is most people are replaceable. And due to your courage, your confidence, and your discipline. Let me repeat that again. Most people are replaceable due to your ccd, your courage, your confidence, and your discipline. What I had to learn because most people in my life are temporary in my life right now. I'm 25, and most people in my 20s right now are replaceable. Meaning, most people are not giving me an experience that I can't get somewhere else. Most people are not giving me an experience that I can't get from somebody else. And maybe an opportunity, yes, but most times people are not giving you an experience if you had enough courage, confidence, and discipline to get somewhere else. Most people are not really giving you that. You just have such low confidence that you believe that you can't get what somebody else gave you somewhere else. And a lot of times we pedestalize people more than we should. Like, I'll give you an example. My parents, right? The number one reason why I left my parents' house is because of this reason. They were not giving me an experience that I could not get on my own. The number one reason why I left them was because I felt, what were you doing for me that I could not do for myself with courage, confidence, and discipline? And like, for instance, my father. My father is for the most part, he's a pretty disciplined guy, right? And because he's a pretty disciplined guy, he's a pretty disciplined guy. That's why he was in a better situation than I was. And I thought to myself, he's not better than me. He just has more discipline than I do. So therefore, he can create an experience that I don't have. And I thought to myself, and that's about it. It's not he's fucking Jesus. He's not Allah. He's not Buddha. He's not an ascended master. He's not um he's not um he's not some great one. He's a regular human who exercised his discipline, who exercised his creativity, and he made a way for himself, which is good, which is great, which is fucking fantastic, right? But he's not somebody that was giving me, or my parents weren't giving me an experience that I could not create myself. And 5 years later, I created the experience for myself. Almost 4 or 5 years later, I created the experience for myself. And when I started to intermingle with other people, especially when you're dealing, this is not for good people in your life. Here's what I mean by good people. I mean people who really have your best interest, people who really look out for you, people who really look out for you, people who really have your best interest, people who really want to see you win, and they have their flaws. You feel what I'm saying? People who really support you, they just have their flaws. That's different than saying, oh shit. That's different than saying, oh, and throwing them away. I don't believe in that. I think that's foolish. But I mean, but even in that, if somebody has too many flaws that don't align with you, their good most times is replaceable. Their good most times ain't, oh my God, I can't replace it. That's not true. Most again, because it goes back to the premise of most people are not giving you an experience you cannot replace. So because most people are not giving you an experience you cannot replace, um, most people are not giving you an experience you cannot replace. Um, it's really your courage, your confidence, and your discipline that's going to make you say, um, yo, and you can even say the ccdd, your courage, confidence, discipline, and discernment. Courage, confidence, discipline, and discernment. Because because the first thing is you get who you are, right? So because that's based on courage, confidence, and discipline. And then based on how you fill your cup, you get a mirror of that. You get what I mean? So courage, confidence, discipline, and discernment. So because most people are not giving you an experience you cannot replace. Are giving you an experience. Most people are giving you an experience you can replace. I don't believe this false notion of, especially when it comes to like if it's not worth your peace of mind. I don't really believe in staying in situations that don't serve me, because most people are not giving me an experience I cannot replace. Most people are not giving me that. Most people are not giving me an experience. I'll give you an example right now where I live at, right? If I didn't want to live here no more, I can easily, maybe not for the same price of $600, but I can find a similar experience. It would just be for a higher price, probably of $900 or more, right? But I've accepted that this is the best it's gonna get for this price. So I'm grateful for it, and I use it, and I do what I will with it, right? But most people believe this is the end all be all. This has to be the last stop. This is the greatest it can get, and it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And you're gonna realize really quickly, like, what the fuck am I staying around somebody or something that no longer serves me? Because your courage, confidence, discipline, and discernment. And you're gonna realize when you grow your courage, confidence, discipline, and discernment that most people are not really giving you an experience that you cannot get somewhere else. And that doesn't mean you go around using people, you go around fucking people over, none of that. But for the most part, they're giving you an experience you can get somewhere else. For the most part. So I'm not gonna get into that in this video, but how to grow your courage, confidence, discipline, and discernment. But those aspects of growing those things will make you realize, yo, why do I need you again? Because I'll give you a last example. When I was house sitting for somebody, right? I never believed it was the end all be all, but the fact that when she told me to leave, for whatever her reason was, right? I was homeless for 27 days, and I made my way out because of my courage, confidence, discipline, and discernment. Meaning, my courage to say, You know what? If you're gonna tell me to leave, she told me to leave in 5 days. She didn't tell me to leave in 7 days. She didn't tell me to leave in 21 days. She told me to leave in 5 days. And I had to figure it out. Right? So because I had to figure it out in 5 days, I was only homeless for 27 days. And because of my courage, confidence, and discipline, and I was discerned enough to say, you know what? Because people were telling me with Libra risings to go say, oh, you know, you need to ask her to come take you back and blah, 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 blah. But I'm glad I didn't, because now I live on my own now. And because I exercised my courage of pushing forward and taking the next step and say, I'm going to be courageous enough to manifest my own destiny and be confident in my own so that I can manifest that. And to the point where I was never feeling, I was speaking to a person I was homeless with, and he was telling me some Libra rising advice. He was like, yo, you need to ask and go share resources and all that. I said, no, I'm not doing that. Because because that's to tell myself I don't believe in myself, and I believe that somebody can give something to me that I can't do myself. She is not giving me an experience that I cannot get myself. Especially, and here's why I said most people are replaceable, because a lot of the times, especially when they're giving you an experience that you can get yourself. Stop this. That's the crazy part. Stop and experience. Stop like. And here's the thing: courage, confidence, discipline, and discipline. It is to be a disciple of something or to follow your own command. So also, you have to find something to be a disciple of, and understand that if you don't. And with discipline, I would say comes modesty. And if you want to make it more wordy, humility. Be more humble. Like, if you don't know how to do it, shut the fuck up and go learn. Stop having so much pride and being like, oh, I know how to do it. And you don't know how to do shit. Go learn how to do it. Have some courage. Have some confidence in yourself that you can learn it. Have the courage to learn it, and then discipline yourself to learn it, and then discern when the opportunity comes better and bigger or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna realize a lot of people are offering things that is everywhere. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't bring what you got to the world from a business sense. That's not what I mean in this conversation. I mean, most people are not offering you things that you can't get somewhere else. It's not wise to think. It's not wise to think you can't get from especially let's say dating. You can't get from Tyrone or Sean what you can get from Adam. You get what I mean? Like you get a lot of men give you the same qualities, and a lot of women give you the same qualities. They just give you different experiences due to sun sign, moon sign, zodiac, and how you were raised. But for the most part, in general, they're giving you the same experience. Just different person. Ooh, that's probably the most difference you're gonna see is personality. That's it. You're gonna experience personality differences. But most people are not giving you an experience you can't get somewhere else. It's just not. It's not true. It's not true. Most people are going to give you different personalities because people are different. But even with that, that's very subjective too, because a lot of personalities on the baseline have a similar ideology and understanding and movement and conditioning and understanding. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare you meet a person that when you cross their presence or their life, you don't get another one. It's like meaning like if you lose them in your life or you miss what they had to say, you fucked up. You fucked up. Like, damn. Damn. That was not normal. You know? And here's the last thing I would say. Some experiences are replicable, but they're rare. So like, I'll give you an example. When I got from house sitting to home, to somebody from homeless to house sitting, being with the person that I was with was a rare situation, a rare experience, and it's highly unduplicated. It's not that it's not duplicatable, but it's not often. It's not something that I would bet my life on. If it were to happen again, I'm going to wait for I'm going to go, what the fuck is this shit called? I'm going to get another experience like that, or not even get another experience like that. I thought about that and I was like, I can get another experience like that. It's just not likely. It's not high. It's like a 2% chance, a 5% chance that I would meet somebody that, or I could stay in their houses for a year. It's like a 2 to 5% chance that would happen for me again. So, and that's something you can possibly say, yo, that's not going to happen again, because it's not something that's hopeful. It's not something that you would bet on, because the chances are too slim. They're too slim. So, because they're too slim, I would put it in the category of it's not going to happen again. But it can, but I wouldn't bet on it, because it's too much of a cost. So, yeah.